Hey folks, how you doing today? It's your friend Phil here again. As usual, telling you about the PMBOK guide and the PMP exam. So today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about quality management. We're going to talk about two processes that people often get mixed up. I hope it will be a short session. Got a short drive here, so by the time I'm done with the drive, I should be done with the little lecture. So, the two processes that people often get mixed up are the second and the third. But in quality management, there are three processes. And you know how the knowledge areas go. They all start off with a planning process for the most part, with the exception of integration and stakeholder management. But all the others start off with a planning process. So this one, plan quality management, is in the planning process group, of course. And plan quality management is where you plan how you will manage quality and how you will control quality. But once upon a time, manage quality was called perform quality assurance. People would refer to it as QA. Now, even in the PMBOK Guide 6th edition, the PMI does make mention of the fact that managed quality is also referred to as quality assurance. And that's where the confusion comes in. QA versus QC. Quality assurance versus quality control. What is the major difference? Now, when I teach my project management basics class to my students, I ask them to tear out a piece of paper and I ask them to make a paper plane. Some of them have never made paper planes in the past, and they just do a horrendous job at it. Some of them have, and they do fantastically, and they're able to build really nice planes that fly and actually get to me right in front of the class from the back. But before they get done with their plane, before they begin folding and writing a logo, drawing out a logo on the plane, I tell them I will be coming round to do some QA, some quality assurance. And what happens at that point is I become the quality assurance auditor. And I'm coming round, checking up on them and asking them, how are you carrying out your process? Are you following my rules? Are you following how I asked you to get it done? Then I look at their work area and I criticize their work area. In jest, of course. You got too much stuff around. This isn't the process. You see the words I use? This is not the process we agreed upon. This is not how work is meant to be carried out. Your work area is in a mess. You're not wearing the right attire to build this thing. And you've got water hanging around on your desk. It could spill over. Giving them an idea of the work process. The process for carrying out work according to a set of guidelines. We're not even talking about the plane at this point. I'm just telling them, hey, your work environment needs to be as originally agreed in the quality management plan. I shouldn't be seeing water with the potential to spill and damage your equipment, the paper being the equipment. And we just go back and forth like that, having a blast, having fun, but at the same time I'm calling their attention to their work environment and the work process, how they are carrying out the work, how they are folding those sheets of paper, how they are building their paper plane. That's quality assurance. It's checking the process. You see that? Checking the process means you are checking to ensure the team is following the procedures, standard operating procedures, standard project procedures for executing the work, whether it is building code, building a house, making a dress, creating music in the studio, writing a song, whatever. You're following the process. You're using the right tools, the right software, getting things done the way you promised in the quality management plan. We're not even talking about the final product at this point. We're not talking about the final plane. We're not talking about the final track. We're just talking about how you are following the process. That's quality assurance. Checking the process. Now on the flip side, we have QC, or quality control. Quality control is product focused. Product focused. And that is the major difference between quality assurance, now known as managed quality in the PMBOK guide, versus quality control. Quality assurance, or quality, or managed quality rather, is checking the process. Quality control, or control quality as it's called in the PMBOK guide, is checking the product. So when that paper plane is built, I inspect it. I ask them to draw a particular logo on the plane, and if they didn't get the logo right, again, I become the quality inspector. Not the auditor, but the inspector. I am now inspecting the final product. And in the world of project management, it would be the final product, service, or result. But I'm checking their final product. I'm making sure it conforms to the requirements that were sent in, making sure it is fit for use. And if for some reason I find it's not fit for use, like it doesn't fly, then they need to rework that deliverable. And that's quality control. That's the summary. Inspection is the major tool and technique. So you are inspecting that deliverable to make sure that it conforms to the identified requirements and that it actually works. Okay, fit for use, and that it conforms to requirements. And you need to put yourself in the customer's shoes and say, would the customer really be satisfied if they were to try out this plane? You see, that is how you need to be thinking about quality assurance and quality control. And make the conversion. Quality assurance, also known as managed quality. Managed quality has a little bit more to it than just checking. It's not just checking the process, but it is also managing the process. It is optimizing the process. It is looking for where the process could be broken. Taking a look at your flow charts and asking, where are there opportunities for improvement? Can we shorten the time? Can we reduce the amount of waste? That's in managed quality. Managed quality will take the output of control quality, which is known as quality control measurements. It will take that, and there'll be a feedback loop back into managed quality so that those quality control measurements can be researched, analyzed, investigated to find out if there is an error or defect. Those measurements will help us analyze what went wrong, where in the process could it have gone wrong, and how are we going to improve the process, the area where it went wrong. So that's the mindset. That feedback loop links QC to QA, or control quality to manage quality, and it is very important to get those right. quality assurance process, quality control product. Quality assurance takes the output from quality control measurements, tries to identify where things went wrong in the process and how one can improve on those steps so that next time you won't get the deliverable wrong. And that really is the summary of the differences between these two. Quality assurance, now known as managed quality, is where we also carry out a design for X, which is where you analyze what you're really designing for. Are you designing for comfort? Are you designing for ease of use? Are you designing strictly for cost? You're designing so that the cost will be low? Or is it for usability, so that when people use that product, it's so easy to use it? So that is something else carried out in managed quality. Okay? The summary of managed quality is you are assuring your stakeholders that quality standards are being met, and you're doing everything possible as you proceed through the project to ensure that quality standards are not just being met, but your processes are being optimized and improved so that you continue to reduce waste and get the best out of what you're putting in. Okay? The output of control quality, which is where you're checking the product, is known as verified deliverables. That means you have inspected a deliverable, you found the deliverable to be fit for use, and you found it to conform to those requirements, and therefore you feel that it's time for it to go to the customer. It can go to the customer now. So there are many things that happen here, many different tools and techniques that are used to record information and results from inspection. But once you understand these two differences, as you read the guide, you'll be able to hone in on what exactly makes each one even more unique, and you'll be able to imagine what they could ask you on the exam. All right, well, you probably realized I am aware I am meant to be going, so it's time for me to hop out. But it's been great talking to you. Make it a great day, and don't stop until you get that monkey off your back. I'm talking about the PMP exam or the CAPM exam. Take care and bye for now.